Hello, I'm Will Sampson from FDMC Magazine and the Woodworking Network. We're in the shop today to talk about ebony. Now, ebony has been increasingly hard to come by. Not so much just any kind of ebony, but the kind of ebony that is sought after by musical instrument builders, luthiers, for building guitars and basses and cellos and violins and violas. That rich, dark black color that we know so much is associated with ebony. And that's because of harvesting practices, and some ebonies, like the Madagascar ebony, are even illegal for import through the CITES Treaty. And so consequently, people have been looking for alternatives to ebony. One of the alternatives, Taylor Guitars has promoted using ebony that has light colored streaks through it, and they're using that, trying to promote environmental responsibility in musical instrument builders and in the musical instrument consuming public. So people will say, oh, I don't need just a jet black fingerboard. I'll do one of these ones with the light streaks through it, and it looks kind of cool. Well, that's not always the answer for everybody. So another alternative that's come out recently is a company in Canada called Thermalwood, Canada. They're in the business of thermally modifying natural wood. And they have taken hard maple, which has been used for a number of years for fingerboards, but blonde colored fingerboards. And they've thermally modified it to have a lot of the properties that ebony has, including a dark, rich color, and also that a little harder, denser feel to it, and a little more heft to it. So at any rate, they've branded this Obsidian ebony, and they sent me some samples to play with, and I was really anxious to give it a try, and I had a guitar project that I was working on, so I started working on that. But the first thing that I wanted to do was compare how it performed and what it looks like with real ebony. Now, this is a piece of real ebony, and you can see that they're very similar in color. They've done a great job of getting that ebony color in, and that's great. But, and then, you know, in performance, one of the first things we noticed, I had to plane, a blank like this down to the right thinness for this fingerboard, and running it through the power planer, it gave off a solvent smell that it wasn't terribly annoying to me, but my wife and son remarked about it, so it's definitely a significant smell. And so that's something that you need to be aware of. It cuts fine in regular woodworking equipment. I used a CNC machine to cut fret slots, and in here you can see standard 23 thousandths of an inch fret slot here. It holds frets really well, and they came out really nice. I also used CNC machine to cut for these inlays, and you can see the abalone and pearl inlays, and it cut great and did nice clean cuts for the inlays. But here's the thing that's a little different, and if you're used to using ebony. Okay, so here is an edge on the ebony that is just been sanded. And so if I go and take just a block plane and run a few strokes down it, not taking off very much material. It's a nice sharp block plane, but it takes really fine shavings. This is really hard stuff. And what do you notice? Look at how shiny that is. It almost polishes itself, which is a feature of ebony that most folks recognize. Now here is the Thermalwood, the Obsidian ebony product, and we'll take the same block plane. Now it cuts a little deeper. It's not quite as hard as the ebony. But you'll see, look at the difference here. There just isn't that shine that that self-polishing feature that the natural ebony has. So what I did with my fingerboard project is I applied a water-based finish to it, a clear finish, so that I could get more of that satin polished look. And I think it came out fine, and it's a very nice fingerboard, but it's not the same as natural, high quality natural ebony. But if you can't get high quality natural ebony, then this is, a much better alternative, or you're not willing to spend money for the high quality ebony. So that's something to think about. You can learn more about Obsidian ebony by going to the Thermalwood Canada site. It's at thermalwoodcanada.com. And it's definitely a very interesting product, and I applaud them for their efforts to create a environmentally sustainable product to fit this need for ebony in the musical instrument realm. And they also, while you're there at their site, you can check out all their other thermally modified wood products that they have for all sorts of different applications. Very interesting product, and definitely worth looking into. If you'd like to see more product reviews and the latest industry news, you can go to our website at woodworkingnetwork.com, or look at our YouTube channel, or in the pages of FDMC magazine. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos, and hit that like button down there. Thanks for watching.